What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you who are new here, my name is Erin, aka the Esperanza Maria, and if you're coming over from another video, hey girl, welcome back. Happy to have you here. So if you read the title, then you already know we're about to spill a little tea and do a little apartment tour. I haven't showed you all my updated apartment since it's been kind of like fully furnished. I also just put some like last minute touches after living here for 2 years on the apartment. So I figured, why not do a little chit chat talking about living with a significant other. You guys can hear my significant other in the background right now. And just like what changes, pros, cons that I've gone through since we started living together. Yeah, that's about it. That's what we finna get into. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but whenever I do a nice little like refresh on my face, I feel so good after. Like, it's really like skin is smooth, no hair on the face. She looking good. First off, I've been living in this apartment for this is the 3rd year. I renewed my lease and I've been living here for my 3rd year. This was the first apartment that I moved into when I moved back from New York. And it's the only place that I've ever lived that's been completely mine, and it's been beautiful. Like, I really have enjoyed living here, but I think I'm ready to move, so that will be in the works, which is why I'm gonna do this little apartment tour, mini apartment tour really, because it's just gonna be like a little showing y'all all the updates that I've kind of made since I've been living here. Now, to get to the part of why you're really here, Ash moved in July of 2022, so it's been right around 7 going on 8 months that we've been living together. And this is the first person who I've ever lived with who's a romantic partner. Like, I've obviously had roommates and stuff, hence this being my first place that I like had alone, but it's my first time ever living with someone. And honestly, we live so well together. We obviously both have our little kinks, and when we first moved in, it was a bit of an adjustment. And even still, like, because I'm so like, oh, I want things to be put away and have an aesthetically pleasing place, sometimes we have to like figure things out and find compromise on that, because obviously Ash is not in this industry, and to her, aesthetics are like, you know, kind of whatever. So that's been interesting. Overall though, I would say that we've had such a great experience living together. Pros are obviously I get to see and wake up next to my favorite person in the whole world every single day. Honestly, the cons are really just like the small little kinks that we both have. You know, we make it work. It's just one of those things where I think living with someone is a really big step, obviously, and it's a huge thing in relationships. And we waited a year. Y'all know sometimes the cliche things with in the queer community is moving in, you know, on the 2nd date and all that kind of stuff. So I will say that I think we spent a decent amount of time talking about it, and Ash is the logical one in the relationship. So, you know, to her it's like breaking down everything, thinking about all the things. I mean, I like to think about everything too. I think for me, I get caught up in the excitement of things sometimes, but I think that's what's really great about our relationship is like she really does ground me and kind of brings me back and it's like, okay, well, like, let's also talk about this and this and this. And you know, we had a lot of conversations about it, and her lease was ending, so it kind of just made sense, just with everything that was going on, for her to move in here. And so she did. Like I said, like, our lives, Ash works from home for the most part, our lives just kind of mesh really well together. I think now the big thing is creating space and time for each other, you know what I mean? Like, or excuse me, for like each other individually, let me say it like that. That's a big thing. Sometimes that can be challenging when you live with someone, because you're together, you know, all the time. So you do everything together, go pretty much everywhere together. But overall, I've been loving the experience, truly. No complaints. Y'all, as much as I Love a good natural lighting moment. The fact that the light keeps changing because of these clouds is blowing me, not gonna lie. That's another reason why I'm kind of excited to move and to find a new place, because this apartment is north facing, okay? And when I moved in here, I asked like which way it was facing, because that was something that I knew I needed to just ask. My last apartment when I was living in New York was northeast facing. So I got a lot of diffused light, but no direct light, no direct sunlight. And I know you're probably thinking, girl, you're literally crazy. But it matters, because when I'm trying to shoot content, and even when I'm just trying to like sit in the sun, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to like absorb the sun, like while I'm meditating or anything like that. I just feel like having a place where I can really sit in the sun. Now I know there are cons to having direct sunlight in your apartment. Obviously it makes it hotter, especially in the summertime. And I know that can make things difficult for that AC bill. But I just have always loved at least one good place in an apartment to be able to go and sit and get some direct sunlight. It also makes it difficult to have plants in here, which is why I have this fake plant behind me. And I like it, I don't love it, but I like it because it just, you know, helps create the ambiance, obviously. But it would be nice to be able to have a real plant. Now granted, I am not the best plant mom. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But I think I would be more willing to do it if I knew that my apartment had some good sunlight where a plant could actually, and I have snake plants, you know, but would love like a birds of paradise, would love a fig tree. So it just makes it difficult for certain things. Okay, makeup is done. I just went ahead and finished it because it is 10:56 and I was supposed to start filming at 10 o'clock. So we're running a little bit behind. So I'm just gonna do a quick change real quick and I'll be right back. All right, you all, so let's go ahead and start this little mini updated apartment tour off. The reason that I'm showing you all also these things is because these are probably the last updates that I'm gonna do until we move, honestly. We have until December, so I might do a couple of things here or there, but I will show you guys any updates that I do in any other vlogs. So let's start off with the office area. So if you guys saw the updated apartment tour, none of this was here. The desk was actually upstairs, but I have obviously furnished it and have made some updates here, which is, you know, pretty self-explanatory. We keep our shoes down there. I like organized chaos, so we have some bins over here where it's chaotic, but it looks organized at least. And this is just kind of like the foyer kind of area / office. This still needs to be hung, so just, you know, ignore her. But yeah, we just actually added these yesterday and got this yesterday at Home Goods. If I can find it on their site, I'll link it, but so it still needs to be hung. But this is pretty much what the office is giving. This Crate and Barrel shelf is still here and it's linked in my last one. I will, if it's still available, link it again. Just trying to keep it still aesthetically pleasing but functional. Like, that's my main thing. My place is always going to be functional and I'm gonna add some aesthetics where I can. Also, y'all, I added this little key holder here with some pictures of family and myself and Ash, and it's just been the perfect thing to throw our keys on when we first walk in. Nothing has really changed in the kitchen. I got a Keurig. I still have my little tea thing over there. I added the spices to the countertops because it was just an easier thing to do than putting them in the shelves. It just makes for an easier grab and all of that. So switch that up, but really nothing has changed. It's mostly just this nice little office area here that has made the biggest transformation, because I really had no idea what I was gonna do with it, because if you remember in the updated apartment tour that I did, my office was upstairs. So let me show you guys what we turned upstairs into really quickly. So what was once my office is now our guest room. It's just when Ash moved in, we wanted to have a place for her to really just go if she needed some space, a little bit of time. And it was a really great thing because I was always putting an air mattress up here, so it just made sense to make use of the furniture. And it really just makes a good functional space for guests to be able to enjoy their experience here. We don't have guests super often, but when we do, it's nice to be able to have a bed for them to sleep in instead of just an air mattress, and you know, a nice entertainment moment if they don't want to watch TV with everybody else. So yeah, our next place, I'm hoping we'll be able to still have a guest room, but we'll see. we gotta figure that part out. I will take you guys along that entire process as well, but I'm kind of like nervous / excited / I don't know what to prepare for. The living room has honestly not changed much. As you can see, I still have the same couch. I really wanted to get rid of it and get a new one at the beginning of the year, but we talked about it and decided that it might be better to just wait until we move into the new place to get a new couch. But everything else has pretty much stayed the same. In here, I love how just like homey and cozy that it is. And I think even in our next place, when we switch out furniture and stuff, I'll try to maintain that warm hominess. And like, I'm just not one of those influencers that's like, I mean, I am, but kind of not. Like like I said, I like everything to be functional and comfortable, but still aesthetically pleasing. So I don't know, I don't like things to look like a museum. That's my thing. Like, I like my home to look like a home and to look like I live there. I have really enjoyed living in a loft because it just feels like so much space. I've always really loved, you know, in the movies and stuff like that, I've always really loved the loft spaces. So I will miss that aspect of it if we don't find another loft, we don't find something similar to this. I will miss that aspect of it. I'm a little sad. But, you know, on to bigger and better things at some point in this year. Like I said, we still have a while, so it'll still be a bit, but I want to start looking soon-ish, now-ish, so that we have a good idea of where we want to go, you know, and just all the things, you know. It's still my favorite room in the house, our bedroom. Honestly, when Ash moved in, I asked her, do you want me to make it more gender neutral and, you know, less girly? And she said, no, it's totally fine. I like the light and airiness of it, so I was really happy about that. I think wherever we live next, I might make the bedroom a little bit more minimal though. I will say that, because there is kind of a lot of stuff in here. Not like a ton, but there is a lot of stuff, and I think I'm gonna try and make it a little bit more minimal wherever we go. So as I mentioned earlier, Ash has these closets now, and I moved my stuff to primarily in the studio, except for over there. A lot of my stuff is in the dresser, so we kept that the same, but her stuff is in here for the most part. The bathroom, I actually just switched that around. If you follow me on TikTok, then you saw the TikTok of me doing the transformation. So I really just changed the color scheme because the green wasn't doing it for me anymore. And just added this double curtain just to give it a more like luxe look, and made the shower curtain longer. So I thought that was really cute. So I got these towels from Wheezy, and they're personalized, so they have my name on it, which I think, well, not my name, but my Instagram name on it, which I think is really cute. So once I switched the bathroom over, it was the perfect addition. I didn't have to spend any money on new towels, so I was very happy about that. And I will say, I do want to add something above here. Like, I think I want to put some piece of like artwork right here. But otherwise, the bathroom is not having any more changes to it. I just love this whole neutral aesthetic. Also, y'all, random thing. If you can, if possible, invest in an electric toothbrush. This is the Oral-B iOS 5, iOS, I'm saying things. This is the Oral-B IO5. They have different versions of it, but if you can, if it's feasible and financially available to you, definitely would recommend switching to an electric toothbrush. I have seen such a difference in just like my oral health and care since switching, and it honestly makes just for an easier and nicer experience. I had a Quip before, but I think I like this one a lot better just because it has different settings, it does a little bit more, and I did a campaign with them, which is why I had it in the first place. But I think I would have switched over anyways because I just wasn't feeling my routine before. If you can, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Okay, and now we have where I spend so much of my time. Also, y'all, while I was filming, the sun was kind of going in and out, but it just completely went away. So I'm looking very ghostly in this video. I'm just gonna need y'all to ignore that. This is where I spend the most time, the studio. I did a whole bunch of upgrades in here. Over the past year or so, I really ran up a bag at IKEA. Also, funny story about this. So, as I mentioned, I ran up a bag at IKEA, but I also ran up a bag at Amazon. Like, that's from Amazon, the plants are Amazon, the lamps are both from Amazon, the Tom Ford is from Amazon. What else? This is actually from Amazon. I got it from someone else, but I got it from they got it from Amazon. Chairs, obviously from Amazon. The carpet is from Amazon. But I found some black and white artwork on Amazon, and I was like, you know what? I can do that. So this past summer, I painted this, and this one was supposed to be a white version of that, but I messed it up, so it's just solid black. I still would like to repaint it, but this is what we got for now. This side of the room behind me has not gotten as much TLC, mostly because I really want a pack system. I want a pack system from IKEA. I want to do the whole thing, but I think I'm gonna wait until we move to do that. There are certain things that I really want to do where I'm like, ooh, I wish I had thought of this earlier. I wish I had done this earlier. Where it's something that can wait, so it's gonna wait. Because like the couch, it's one of those things where I don't want to have it all set up and get it and do all the things, and then a month or two later have to take it down. So this is gonna stay what it is. This rack right here, and you all saw my closet, so clearly there's no space in there. So this also just adds like a nice little space, which obviously the pack system would do the same. But this is what we got right now, and that's just what it is. And now we are in the final part of the tour, which is the guest bathroom. This has not had that many changes, honestly, and I loved it when I first put it together. So I haven't done too many upgrades to this besides adding a little tray underneath of the soap and the toothbrush dispensers. So that's pretty much it. You know what's so funny? The second I go to finish up this tour, the sun wants to come out. It's fine. It's literally fine. And that is pretty much it. That's the space. It is fully updated, and this is what it's gonna be until we find a new place to live. So I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.